I remember I had a caregiver come to my house and she says, "Ange, what do you want to be when you grow up?" And I remember telling her, I want to be an athlete that goes to the Paralympics. I think a big challenge I had is some people didn't want to work with me because who I am. They're like, "Oh, Angela's going to be such a hard person to work with. Let's work with someone that gets it very quick and is so natural." Able-bodied athlete, they can break a world record and people are going to know in 1 moment, 1 second. And that gets all advertised on social media and stuff like that. But for us to break a world record, we have to fill out an application saying, "Oh, we did this time at this swim meet," and then it takes like a long time for it to progress. So then people might not find out till like much later. My mom was the type of mom that she was very active and did a lot with me. So she was like my biggest teacher and role model, I would say, in the water. Like she taught me a lot of skills and a lot of tricks. She brought me in the water when I was 2 months old, and I haven't left the water since. I always felt the most comfortable, the most happiest in the water. Having support and being there through like my good times and obviously through my hard times, and not giving up on me when there was times I wanted to give up. When I was 13, I was like to my mom, I want to quit swimming. The club I trained with, because of my disability, they kind of put me to the side because they were like, Angela's a little bit harder to work with. So after that, I said to Mom, I want to go back into swimming, but just not with this club. I want to go to a different club. So this is where I went to this pool I'm at today, and I joined the Brantford Aquatic Club. And from that moment, I knew they were my family for like the past 12 years. I remember going to my first ever Paralympic and Olympic trials. And maybe a month or two before that, that's where I qualified. Nobody knew who I was. The 16-year-old girl coming onto the scene. My coach is like, Angela, just here to have fun, like enjoy the moment, enjoy the experience. I remember I saw the girl from the London Paralympics. She was swimming right beside me, and I heard the audience, and I'm like, ooh, I want to try to get her. And she had me the whole race. Right at the end, I got her and out-touched her by like 20/100 of a second. I feel like that's where my career really started, because people was like, oh, this guy has potential. And I feel like that's where a lot of my international experience began.
It's a pretty cool and unique combination of a love of swimming mixed with a very competitive nature that combines for her to get to where she's been. She picked up swimming young. She loves swimming, but also it turned out to be something that she, through hard work, became exceptionally good at.
I remember when I first met Paul, we had to really adapt to our relationship. We had to work really hard to figure out how to work together. And I remember the one time I even made him cry. I feel like that's when our coaching and athlete relationship really started. Maybe a month or two later after that, I went to Lima and broke a Canadian record. And that was also Paul's first Canadian record with me.
Angela is definitely the most committed athlete I've ever worked with. She really is a true professional, the way she conducts herself. So it's not 20 hours of training a week. It's really 24/7. Nutrition, sleep, mental skills. She's doing all the little things that she possibly can to be as competitive as possible.
Some of the struggles and challenges I have dealt as a para-athlete was, a big one was like fitting in. And something I realized swimming as a para-athlete, I do fit in, because I met so many people around the world that are just like me, and I'm like, this is so cool. I want to give back to community and to all abilities and ages, no matter who you are, because I feel like swimming is for everybody and anything is possible when you put your mind to it.